Finding your first job might feel like navigating a maze blindfolded, especially in 2025 where the need for fresh graduates with 25+ years of experience dominates the process. I've been through the same grind myself, and I've seen what works and what doesn't. In this video, I'll show you how to stand out, from crafting the perfect resume to using tools and networking in ways that actually work. So, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear, step-by-step game plan to not just apply for jobs, but hopefully get one. When most people start their job search, they fall into the same traps. They mass apply to dozens of roles or using the same generic resume for every application. Then they wait and wait and wait and wonder why no one responds. As simple as it sounds, that's actually the problem. It's simply not knowing how the modern hiring process works. You see, most companies use applicant tracking systems to filter resumes. These systems automatically reject applications that don't match specific keywords. So, even if you're perfect for the job, your resume might never even be seen by a human. Meanwhile, studies show that 70 to 85% of jobs are filled through networking, not online applications. Therefore, if you're relying solely on job boards, you're missing out on most opportunities. But don't worry, this isn't as overwhelming as it sounds. Before applying for any job, you need to know what you're bringing to the table. Employers want someone who can solve their problems, not just some warm body to fill a role. To figure out what you offer, you can start with this simple exercise. First, write down 3 skills you're good at. Don't overthink it. Literally just jot down any skill that comes to mind. Next, identify one specific way each skill could benefit a company. Think about the value you could bring. Doesn't matter what area. Then third, think of real examples that prove you have these skills. For example, if you're great at graphic design, your proof could be creating posters for a school event or designing social media graphics for a friend's small business. If you're organized, maybe you managed a project in college or planned a group trip. Don't worry if you feel like your skills are too basic. The key is framing them in a way that highlights value. For instance, instead of saying, "I know how to use Excel," you could say, "I created a budget tracking system that saved my club $500. Small shifts like this can make a big difference. Now that you know what you offer, it's time to create a resume that showcases it. Most resumes fail because they're generic and unfocused. Recruiters spend about 6 seconds scanning a resume before deciding if it's worth reading further, so yours needs to grab attention immediately. Here's how you can do it. Number 1, use keywords. Start by analyzing the job description. If it mentions skills like data analysis or customer service, make sure those words appear on your resume. Number 2, highlight achievements, not tasks. Don't just list responsibilities like handled customer inquiries. Instead, write, resolved 50+ customer inquiries daily, improving satisfaction rates by 15%. Number 3, keep it clean. Avoid flashy designs or fonts. Applicant tracking systems or ATS often can't read them. Stick to a simple format that's easy for both humans and bots to read. On the other hand, your resume should be tailored to each job. Yes, it takes more effort, but it dramatically increases your chances of getting noticed. Tools like Canva and Ziti offer ATS-friendly templates that can save you time. Now that you have a solid resume, it's time to make sure it gets seen. And networking is how you make that happen. Networking is one of the most effective ways to land a job, and it doesn't have to be as intimidating as it sounds. It's simply building genuine connections with people who can offer insights or refer you to opportunities in the future. That's where the real gold mine is. By reaching out to the right people, you're opening doors that job boards simply can't. Start with people you already know. Tell your friends, family, or professors that you're job hunting. You don't need to ask them for a job directly. Instead, say something like, "I'm looking for opportunities in this or that field. Do you know anyone I could talk to for advice?" If you don't have existing connections, LinkedIn is always one of the best places to go. Personalize your connection requests by mentioning something specific, like a project the person worked on or an article they shared. Once they accept, ask for a brief chat to learn about their career. These conversations often lead to referrals or valuable insights. Social media and even AI are no longer just options in your job hunt. Tools like ChatGPT can help you improve your resume, write personalized cover letters, or even prepare for interviews. For example, you can paste a job description into ChatGPT and ask it to rewrite your resume to better match the role. Then you do the cleanup process. You don't need to rely on AI entirely, but you can use it to help refine your content. AI can improve your grammar, make your writing more concise, and ensure it's clear and professional, especially if it's your first time. Just remember, the content should still be your own. AI is there to enhance it, not replace it. As for social media, LinkedIn is the obvious choice when it comes to job hunts, especially online. But platforms like Twitter and TikTok can also be powerful if used strategically. Share posts about your skills, industry insights, or personal projects. For instance, if you're into coding, post about a small app you built, or if you're a writer, share snippets of your work. It's very important to be mindful of your online presence. Employers often check social media profiles, so make sure yours aligns with the professional image you want to present. And I'm sure I don't need to remind you of your digital footprints, right? Right? Once you've landed an interview, the real work begins. Remember, the goal is not just to prove you're qualified. It's to show you're a great fit for the team. Here's a simple framework to prepare. Research the company. Before going to the interview itself, make sure to look into their mission, values, and recent news. This shows you're genuinely interested. Practice common questions. Use the STAR method, situation, task, action, result, to answer behavioral questions. For example, tell me about a time you solved a problem becomes a story with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Ask questions. Interviews are a two-way street. Ask about the team's dynamics, challenges, or what success looks like in the role. In the end, preparation is key. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel walking into that room or Zoom call. But even if you've nailed your answers and made a great impression, what happens next can make all the difference. Here's where staying on top of things and following up properly can set you apart from the competition. See, most people think the process ends after the interview, but following up is just as important. Simply send a thank you email within 24 hours mentioning something specific you discussed. This not only shows appreciation, but keeps you top of mind. If you don't hear back, don't assume the worst. Follow up again after a week with a polite email expressing continued interest. Persistence, when done professionally, often pays off. Finding your first job doesn't have to be overwhelming. With the right strategy, knowing your strengths, tailoring your resume, leveraging tools available, networking effectively, and nailing the interview, you can pretty much take control of the process. It's also crucial to stay adaptable as you move forward. Sometimes the traditional route might not be the best fit, and that's okay. As you explore opportunities, think about how your skills could be applied in unconventional ways, like freelancing, side projects, or even building your own brand. With the rise of remote work and gig economy platforms, the traditional 9-to-5 isn't the only path anymore. Another thing to keep in mind is that job searching doesn't happen in a vacuum. Stay open to feedback, learn from your experiences, and keep improving. That could be tweaking your resume or adjusting your approach to interviews. Every step you take matters. The key is consistency, not perfection. There's no shame in finding a corporate or traditional job either, even in today's world where many are self-employed or making money online. The job market is broad, and whether you're aiming for a traditional position or a more flexible career path, your skills are the foundation. Focus on building them, and the right opportunities will follow. Now, once you've got a game plan for your job search, you might realize that getting started is the hardest part, but that's where momentum kicks in. And if you're struggling to get going, or keep yourself on track, here's another video that will show you exactly how to stop putting things off.